both have kind of wings if you look at the right perspective. I don't know where I'm going with this at all.
I was about to say, that's a direction.
Ancients, here we go. I'm excited, Sam. I've not casted this map this season, so I'm super happy to finally be here. It is an interesting map, to say at least. Some improvements have made it more viable going in, but it's a nice change from Inferno or Dust.
I will say that Valkyries have only played Ancient once during the season of Impact. It was against Reversal, who, reminder, are currently 0-5, and it went into overtime. So,
Flashes are going to be coming through over on the A side, but the headshot's going to be coming out. Buddy, Cranny early up there. Oh, going to get multiple kills themselves. Just going to be completely splitting them down. Are they going to be able to get a team ace? That's the question. Paula's going to be the last one out without a kill. And I think she's probably going to be going hunting here. I think that's Lisa going to be coming up from behind. So never mind. Blender, 18 HP, goes in for the spray. I think she'd actually switch to the burst mode. Falls a little bit short. And a clean round here from Saints.
Yeah, solid start to the round. It certainly helped that they had a relatively large stack towards that A site. So able to capitalize on that quite nicely, get that first pistol round for themselves. Definitely the advantage that we would have wanted to see. And as I was saying, so Valkyries have only played this once. It went into overtime. It was a little bit rough, but of course, with this being Saints' usual permaban, we don't really know terribly much about what they're going to be able to accomplish on this map. So far, so good. Able to buy up a little bit here. Let's see if they can keep that going.
Decent amount of utility going out. Those mollies could potentially have been saved a little bit for later on. Nonetheless, Lisa going to be chucking out that flash. Could be huge for her. Peeking out around the corner. Completely misses. Wow. Okay. That's a little bit embarrassing. We do see a couple of Famouses here. One of the worst guns in the game. Well, actually, sorry. The worst gun. Rather an M249. But Carly has set herself up in a decent position. I think she picked up the MP.
Oh my goodness. What?
So close. Scarlet does go down, but so does Franny and Bunny. They're just falling like a sack of potatoes here. Now it's going to be a 1v4. She's going to be able to take down two. Going to have to pick up a different weapon here to try and survive, but struggling to find that. Now has a Tech 9. Ali going to be swinging on through. Should find the kill here.
That was a little painful to watch, I'll be honest. Some of those sprays definitely left a little something to be desired. But well done to Valkyries for kind of ruining that force from Saints. Now what should have been a bonus round for Saints is going to be a bit of a interesting buy.
I don't like that they've...
Yeah,
no, okay. It makes sense. It makes sense. It does actually make sense in all terms of things because they're screwed economically for the next couple of rounds, no matter what they do. So going in for the pistols, they can actually try and convert this. They've got armor. So 5.7s. We've seen more done with less. So it's definitely a gamble, and I think that's what Saints are going to have to try and depend on at times. But that there were a lot of misses there, and that does concern me massively.
Yeah. I mean, this is what we'd said on the previous map. Valkyries had been so good in those 1v1 situations, winning out those mechanical fights. But, I mean, even for Saints, that was unprecedented and very unusual. So hopefully we can see them kind of tighten that up a little bit, especially as now, we're 1-for-1. Valkyries have a huge advantage in terms of what firepower they have available to them. So Saints, it's going to take them a couple of rounds to get back into this, to be able to actually buy in and put up some sort of a fight. And by that point, they may have given over more of a lead than they would like.
Very nice first kill, but can't quite follow it up with another one of that 5.7. You might expect it, but doesn't come through. Kyler with the Famous finds two. Does get traded out by Bunny there. Bunny does fall in the end. 2v3. Decent amount of damage, but the control isn't here. They've lost control of this site. Headshot comes through. Pippi going for the trade. Very nice, but the AK is in hand. It's going to be super difficult for you and me. A gun we don't tend to see too often. Is going to be coming down and caught completely off guard. Baited out. You're going to be seeing the kill and the conversion, but that was some economical damage, and you can see that two of the players are suffering.
Yeah, I mean, it's great that they were able to get a few kills for themselves. Getting 2, even 3 kills on a pistol, awesome, right? Try and keep that economy as low as possible. Now, it's not going to be to the point where, obviously, Valkyries can't buy in. They're still, looking relatively fine. Blender Unfortunately, no util, but that's okay because she's kind of a go-burr player. So set her up with some of that util and allow her to get those kills that she's been so good at getting. And bearing in mind, of course, with Saints being on a full eco here, it's unlikely they're going to get too much done.
I think one of the things they could probably have done in that previous round is actually just go in for pistols. Because and save this extra money for the next one, because we actually saw within that honestly having armor wouldn't have made too much of a difference. It maybe for that first player being able to get that 5-7 kill, but after that I don't think it was really as viable. The decoy shot was pretty nice, but either way we go through. They're not going to have to buy, and they're going to be missing a bunch of utility on potentially I think 2 other players there.
I was expecting this round to be a blender situation, but no, she only managed to get 1 kill in that one. I say managed like there was like this huge difficulty. No, her team just kind of cleaned up. And all right, Saints, I said it was going to take a couple of rounds for them to be able to get back into this economically. And as you said, lacking quite a bit in terms of what utility they have available. This is an aggressive push out into mid, though.
Not anymore. It's not for, well, from Saints side, they've fallen back. But yeah, Valkyrie, they're straight into Donut here. Pick up the kills, and now they've got control of pretty much most of the map. And Lisa, what's going on, mate? You know they've played aggressive, and she's just sitting there with a smoke in her hand. A little bit disappointed on that fright puller. There we go. Headshot to body shot. Managed to convert it. But is it too little too late? They've already lost 2 players. So they now have to try and cover this fairly complicated map with only 3 players versus 4.
That's why we talk about how trades tend to favor the Ts, because the CTs have to spread themselves out so heavily. And as you say, with this being such a massive map, the rotations could take a little while. Okay, that little bit of util does give the game away. They might just be able to make it here in time.
Yeah, and I mean, with the change that happens to the tunnels here, it's a lot harder to try and defend as a CT. You're not as easily able to try and shoot through onto the site from the tunnels there. But let's see. Well, from Temple. You know, the tunnel's there, but they are making their way through it. There's a 3rd player coming in from CT as well. They are getting mollied off. They don't really have much of a choice. They are going to have to go for a save. Massively disappointed in that round. 2 players, Bunny and Lisa, completely caught off guard. And, well, unfortunate.
I definitely weren't expecting the aggressive push from Valk. I was a little surprised to see Bunny like push out of mid into Donuts. I suppose the idea is to get some of that early information. But of course, Valk realize it's happening. They hear the footsteps. They see some of that util. They know that she's going to be there. And they're able to capitalize on that with some very, very early aggression. And then there was like the weird situation in Cheetah where you see there's like a little bit of that util being taken out, trying to smoke off, not realizing Valkyries are about to swing on that. So some unfortunate situations here from Saints, not being able to really read into how Valkyrie are playing the round. At least for now, they still have a little bit of cash to invest. But now they need to start making those adaptations. They need to start reading into how Valkyrie are playing this. Because, of course, if they lose this round, back down onto essentially pistols, Valkyries go up to 5 on their T side, and things start to look a little dodgy.
That dodginess blend is going to be in a huge amount of trouble. Never mind, Kai's got her back in there. Oh, absolutely destroy that. Oh, we're going to be able to convert that around. And now 3v3, a bit of a better situation, but Paula going down in that kind of spot is not what you want to be seeing. Lisa going on a bit of a fact-finding mission there, trying to make sure no one's doing any sneaky business. Hippie Sippy. Essentially going in for the peak here. May have an opportunity to get a kill, but Cranny's going to be playing rather defensive and unfortunately going to get smoked out from one of the channels here. So going to have to be fairly one-track focused unless she decides to push through the smoke or go for some wall bangs. And I mean, she got an M4, so that's a good choice. And now they're going to have to depend on a bit of a retake scenario. She's not taking the fight to them, waiting for them to push on over to her. And now she's going to be swinging and catches them off guard. Finds one, but the second one, who only had 22 HP, does get the kill. Golly, does go down, Kyla. No one's like, she's going to have to play massively well, and she's going to start it off spicy, like her position's now known. She's playing an aggressive angle, but can't quite make it work. Second round on the board. At what cost? Look at the economy.
I was really curious to see how that one was going to play out, because Valk take quite a while. They slow things down massively once it comes down to that 3 versus 3. They wait it out, and Saints decide to send one over towards A. So then they have 2 players over on A, only 1 on B, who's immediately smoked off. So things start to look a little dire. But the play here from Lisa was huge, because instead of pushing through the CT spawn to retake with the rest of her team, she goes on a flanking mission. She kind of channels her inner Kyla, and she does really well to get into a solid position, and then, of course, win out with that final kill of the round. An incredibly important one, but I liked how Saints played that. I said they need to read into Valkyries a little bit better, and that's good. It's starting to show those signs of life.
Yeah, and Bunny playing very well, but unfortunately, Kyla, she really is a sneaky beaky player. Aiming to get that kill really opens it up. I think she really has been key for the success on Valkyrie. We really have been singing her praises, so perhaps we'll get to speak to her at the end. But Pippi dives a little bit too far here. Does get taken down. The bomb has been planted. Bit of an awkward situation here for the CTs in a protected area, which can't really easily get wallbanged anymore. Aggressive play from Gali. Does work out with Xandra, and Blender's able to pick these up. Randy goes in for the peek. What are you doing? That smoke doesn't actually achieve anything there. Now Paula's going to be left quite lonesome to try and survive here, but doesn't even manage to find one. That smoke. I mean, I get it. It's over towards the bomb to try and cover it up, but she goes in for the Y peek and her teammate's not even there to support.
Maybe just like a missed positioning there. Not quite where they wanted it to be. I mean, we said it, right? Like, slight misplays with utility was a big theme for Saints on Overpass. And it just kind of feels like it's carried on here on Ancient. You know, it's unfortunate to see. That was an important round once again for them. I say this about every round for Saints, because when you're at a 3-round deficit on your CT side...
They managed to find a kill, but... Oh, second one. Okay, so getting that second kill is actually important. But at the same time, Blender had 6.5k at the end of that, so, you know, who cares? Or 9k, 11k, 6k, 4k, who cares at that point? So yeah, like you said, that was a really big, important round for Saints because of the economy side, as well as obviously you don't want to allow Valkyries to try and gain traction, which is exactly what has happened.
Yeah, unfortunately, Blender wasn't able to make it quite the Blender that we're used to. But she sets it up for the rest of her team. They're able to get those final few kills. And again, with it being a pistol round, you do more or less expect that to be the outcome. Now Saints able to buy in again. I'm very curious about Paula and this AWP. I want to see where they set her up, because Valkyries have been really good at denial for a lot of the time. And they don't generally tend to push from any long angles. They tend to kind of take some closer pushes, closer executes. They don't really give a ton of space for an AWP to get value. So I can see it kind of being a comfort thing, like, oh, Paula's good at the AWP. But I don't know how much value it's going to be able to get.
Well, let's see if Paula can do anything that EVP. Franny doesn't want to get backstabbed this time around, so it's going to be keep an eye on that position. There we go. AWP works out, but only for one, and honestly not worth the investment. They are going to be for them. Pippi's going to get taken down. Bunny in a key, crucial position there. Now down to 3 players, and it's honestly the kill is one thing, but the uncertainty on this side of Valkyrie, where they're feeling a little bit more penned in onto this position, they're going to have to spend time and effort searching around, making sure they've got a little bit of a clear position here. So you can see that they're hyper fixated up on this position. They don't want to go down. That smoke's only going to last for so long, and the momentum was stopped. All thanks to Bunny there being able to get that 1 kill.
Bomb has been recovered, and they've made a lot of noise over towards A. So, of course, that bomb's going to start making its way over towards that B site. But our Saints going to clock this. Now the util has completely stopped. Nothing coming through again. Now, they might suspect a potential A hit, but it is taking quite a long time. And for it to be this quiet, and quiet in terms of like no footsteps, no one's peeking, no utilities coming out, eventually they got to get into their own heads a little bit here.
Oh, Granny doesn't react in time. She'd fallen asleep at the button. Bunny, on the other hand, does manage to find one. And now the game is on. The jig is up. They know where the players are going. The swing around is going to be coming through. Can't quite get the kill, but the Molotov is going to be pushing out the player. The bomb does go down, but so does Blender. Gali's going to be left in a difficult situation. Finds the headshots. Now in a 1v2. Doesn't quite know where these players are. They're coming in from a difficult angle. She almost converts it as well. And that's going to be 4 players dying on the side of Saints. Economy is still in dire straits. Look at it. They've barely got enough to buy into this next round, and they just won it.
That would have been massive if she gets that 1v3. I think Blender getting that kill there was so huge. That's why they left her in that position, and they're able to pivot off of that quite nicely. But unfortunately, Gale, it's just too much to ask for. She does really well, like we said, you know, keeping it super expensive. Saints just barely able to force into this. And I mean, Valkyries are sitting pretty, right? They're able to buy in really well. If they lose this round, they maybe start to get a little bit concerned. But for the moment, there's no real stress. There's no real pressure. They're really feeling in control of the map.
Talking about controlling, we did actually see Police End Blocks take on Hot Flash and win 16-11 over on Overpass, if I remember correctly what the map was. Yeah, I am right. That was a pick by Hot Flash on that map. So if you guys are wanting to keep updated on that, the next one will be starting soon enough, and we'll try to keep you updated when we can. But for now, yeah, focus on here. Saints going to be in a deficit of 3 rounds. Going to be struggling a little bit with this this buy, but Bunny and Cranny going to be backing each other up with these MP9s. Utility is going to be going out. Blocking off that connector position. Sniper Nest is kind of useless right now, so they can actually push straight up mid. They may well decide to go in here. Flash going to be coming through, but completely useless against this duo of players. You can just see her brain just taking away like, okay, well, do we actually go for this? And now she's just playing for time. She could bait for them and just wait for them to come through. I think she feels like something's definitely up here. So we're going to be seeing it.
Oh, no.
Oh, she's going to catch him off guard. No, Cranny in a perfect position. Barely takes a lick of damage. Down to 73. It's 27 points of damage altogether. Kyler is going to be going in for the backstab, doing what she does best here on that front. Pippi is going to be completely flashed, but it doesn't matter. Kyler's going to be coming up behind and distracting them, going in for the kill. Unfortunately, MP9 doesn't get the plant denial. They are able to do a lot of damage, but Kyler, being the hero that she really wants to be here, has got 2 kills so far in this round. Lisa has picked up an AK, finds one, goes in for the second one, picks it up.
Oh my god.
What an absolute god.
So there was a lot that happened in that round. I feel like, so Gale in that angle where there's a nice little crossfire set up, it feels like she could have played patient, but at the same time, you want to make sure that you're creating space towards the site, you know, try and whittle away those defensive lines, because a 3-player stack on B is going to make it really difficult to get that plant down. Unfortunately, she loses her life. Now, Kyla sets herself up into a strong position. We said, right? She's that lurker. She gets herself into that back line, and unfortunately, Saints aren't... I don't know, it feels weird. They're not really looking for it, and Kyla's just getting away with murder. But they're able to do a lot on the site. And of course, Lisa, 1v2. It's insane that she wins that out. Some hero players will get them their 4th round on the board here, able to buy up again, more or less. Oh. But it needs to be cleaner.
It has been spotted. She's going to go down, and it's not a trade you could really afford to lose. That Molly is going to deny them from that instant plant, so they're going to have to wait a couple of seconds here. They are able to chuck their utility back in kind. Grenade does go through and does nothing. I thought that was going to land fairly nice, but in fact, it wasn't able to. I'll showing you a little bit of trick. If you didn't know how to get yourself up there, self-boost, that is how. Lisa can't do it, and they're just falling apart. Just absolutely being destroyed mechanically on this front. It's not even just strategy-wise able to just tear them apart. Buller able to get 1 kill, but it's going to be all she wrote.
And that's what we said on Overpass, right? Valkyrie just out-mechanicking in a lot of scenarios. And the thing is, we know that Saints are capable of doing well, right? I mean, we saw it the last time that they played against Valkyries. It was a very, very close match, and Saints actually walked away with the 2-1 win. I will say that it's really cool to see that Valkyries have clearly put in a lot of work. They've definitely put in the time, and they're showing a lot of improvement. Because as mentioned, if they win this game, it's still only a maybe if they make it through, because they still have to play CLG. So they realize just how incredibly important it is to come out on top of this one. And you can see that, right? The concentration is there, the dedication, the just the full-on tactical thought process. You can almost see it just in their cams as well. They're so focused on what they're doing. Yeah, love to see it.
Execution now in towards mid once again. Pippi does catch Cranny off guard, almost loses her life. Lisa's going to be in a good angle to try and swing back around and catch him off guard, but if they decide to go over towards this B site, she is going to be in a bit of trouble. Blender is going to go head on with her in a moment, and she might get caught off guard. She does focus back over towards this ramp position. Blender goes for the peak, spots her out, but the headshot coming out from the MP9 gets the kill, almost loses her life. Is able to make her way back through and potentially going to be looking to play aggressive against the players here in towards tunnel. It's dark and does manage to find one. Does get traded out, but have already done the damage. All up with the Famis. Big disadvantage having that gun, but maybe I'll make it work out. They are going to get flashed. Can't do so much. Maybe a run boost would be useful in that kind of scenario, but it's going to be a boost of some sort. They do fall off it. They have been spotted. Kyla, the information she needs, calls out her teammates for help, and well, they're going to come running. Bunny with the MP9, look to make it work for her. It's only going to have 17 bullets in it, but still gets the kill. AK in hand. Andrea, last one left alive. There is a utility here to try and go in for the denial. Andrea going to be peeking around the corner. Should be able to play up. Honestly, in that situation, Bunny, best just go for the face.
Honestly, well played to Saints. Just to keep it so expensive. And it is absurd how much value they get out of the MP9s in this round. First, Lisa getting 2 for herself, then Bunny getting another 2 as well. And it's just down to Andrea. And I mean, as we said, right, you know where the bomb's planted. That smoke's only going to provide a little bit of cover. So a little bit of a spray down, and she's able to bring it home. But really well done to Saints to just keep that expensive. And I mean, you take a look at the Valkyries economy. We're getting towards that too little too late scenario, and unfortunately with Saints being low on cash at the moment as well, they're not really in a position to capitalize. If they're able to somehow get the eco dream out, then they'll propel themselves into a pretty decent buy, depending on how many survive, of course. And well, then they start to make things really difficult for Valkyries. But unfortunately, with this being a pistol, you don't really expect too much to come out of this one. Valkyries doing really well on their T side.
Yeah, I mean, they have just been doing fantastically well on... Never mind, the pistol's going to tell them apart. It's going to be the P250, but this time, what did remember, a different team. And again on Lisa, takes down Pippi, who decided to go a bit of a YOLO play over towards the B site. Just stood no chance. Kyla could try and bring this back. It's going to be a 1v5 and versus 3 AKs. Potentially going to be more. The information is now out. Cranny does go down, unfortunately. For the side of Lisa, she got baited out and is taken through. And that was a fantastic round. 4 AKs to boot as well. Love to see it.
I am the Oracle. I don't know how they do that. That's insane. Some seriously early aggression out through mid, and Valkyrie just kind of Pika gasp a little bit there. And as predicted, coming off the back of that round, Valkyrie's economy not in a good spot. I mean, this is a rough position. They are opting to save quite a lot of that cash. So they want to make sure that into the next round they buy up and they bring things back in their favor. But well done, Saints.
Oh, what a push. Going to be coming through. Lisa and Bunny. Couple kills. Fun out nicely. Blender is going to be able to trade it out. Granny is going to fall down. So again, they have lost 1 gun. So Valkyrie, like you said, looking to try and keep this expensive for Saints and try and keep some extra cash into that next round so they can fully buy. Bunny does back off just in time. She may well be losing her head if she wasn't careful. And I'm not sure what's going to go on here. They don't have any util to try and go in for the entrance. They're going to have to go in fully dry, and unfortunately, it's not such a good one. Valley is in a good position, does catch off 1. Not the second, as Bunny is too quick on that front and can hop right on there, in there, and get the kill.
So Valk saving so much of their cash in the previous round definitely bodes well for them. They realize they're coming into this one. It doesn't make a lot of sense to force up because you don't really have a solid advantage that you can try and press. So rather just make sure that you got cash going into the next round. You're likely going to lose that previous round either way. So make sure that you can come into the next a little bit better prepared. And so they have. Now they're able to buy in quite nicely. Of course, there's a little bit of a utility deficit, but for the most part, they're looking good. Should be able to pivot back into this. However, Saints, of course, back in a little bit of control here, starting to get a bit of starting to string a few rounds together, we'll put it that way. Able to buy in nicely again. Paula has that AWP again. This is the second time that she's bought into it, and fair enough, it's only the second time that she's been able to. But the last time we saw it, we said, right, she gets an early pick and is instantly traded out. So it wasn't really worth that investment. It did happen over towards mid to donut, that area. So there was at least a nice sight line to take advantage of. But I'm not too sure. It's going to have to work out quite nicely here to really get the full value.
I mean, Puller has hit a couple of nice shots for the AWP this game, but honestly, actually, I say couple. I think it was actually one kill she got and then traded out. Yeah, it was the one. So, yeah, I mean, she's only sitting on 5 kills at the moment, but so is her teammate Lisa, popping off on 15, the most kills on the server right now, on a single player. 7 rounds, Sam. I mean, is it going to be enough for Saints? I mean, I guess it depends on how well they can play on the T side, but it's going to be a gamble. Obviously, letting this map into this is just a massive gamble.
I can't believe that nade hits. Poor Gardy. She's like constantly under the line of fire. Yeah. Yeah.
And then there's always nades. Lisa.
Lisa.
Kyler. That was a really good kill, especially with Kyler being the backstabber. You have a bit of an idea of, okay, Luck is dead. That's going to be doing them justice. Paula has to hit this shot. No, what are you doing? It was lined up for you. Balls. Lisa goes down as well. Your top fragger. Cranny's going to be backing over towards the side, trying to find any kind of kills. Blender does go down. Might catch him off guard. Cranny gets the kill. The bomb is dropped. The cool has been made. AWP is going to be covering this angle as well. They may well know it, but they don't. Paul is going to be able to get the kill. Pippi is going to be taking a sip of that Kool-Aid. Gets a kill for her and her team and managed to get another round on the board. It's going to take it 7-8.
That was a bit of a weird one. We'll chat about it a little bit more, but we're going to take a short break now. When we return, we'll have the second half of Ancient.
I might be too taboo. Tried to be a girl with good intentions, proud to speak my heart without any pretensions. My words will never ever leave you in doubt. I don't see what all the fuss is about. Oops, did I say something I shouldn't have? You see, I'm not that nice. Should I apologize? Something too taboo. I didn't know I had to watch my tongue. Now you know that I'm a loaded gun. Ooh, it might be true. I'm too taboo. I don't kiss and tell. Don't need no phone's attention. No. So why you look at me with that suspicious apprehension? Tell me, don't get me wrong, I just speak my mind. Still don't get it, I must be blind. Oops, did I say something I shouldn't have? You see, I'm not that nice. Should I apologize? Oops, did I do something I shouldn't have? Did I embarrass you with something too taboo? I didn't know I had to watch my tongue. Now you know that I'm alone. Ooh, it might
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's dive back into the action here on Valkyries versus Saints in the ESL Impact Season 2 NA qualifiers. We are in the second map, and Valkyries are being smashing heads, but Saints, they're on their come up here.
Yeah, that last round of the half was a bit of a weird one. Kyla was on one of her lurks. Gale takes a very, very risky push into the A side all alone, loses the bomb. It was rough all around, but it was indicative of a few mistakes that had been made by Valkyries, given...
Pippi going to be starting off spicy like, so is Blender going to be burning alive. A Bunny potentially feeling a little bit hungry. Oh yeah, and the teammate's going to have to turn around. A little bit of damage coming in. Lisa's going to get shot there. I thought Ollie was going to get team shot, but doesn't come through. They can rotate on over towards A, and they'll be not facing up against anyone, so they could get the bomb down in a safe position, which is fantastic. There is a smoke, but Andrea does make a position known. They need someone over towards that mid position. Lisa and a teammate going to be an over aggressive peek in that alone, I think, has cost them the potential round here. Lisa's going to have to go absolutely ham. She does spot them out, but the shots are missed, and Pippi, she wanted even more kills here. Picking up a nice 2-piece for herself.
That was a dirty shot from Andrea, I'll be real.
Yeah. I mean, it was, but it's a default angle you peek as you go around.
For sure. Still. Props where it's due. All right, well done, you. If it was me, I would have missed that shot. So, to be fair, I'd probably miss the broadside of a barn. So, it's probably not saying terribly much. So, it's a good start to this half for Valkyries. As we said, they already have a very good T side. And much like what we saw on Overpass, winning that first pistol in the second half, start to kind of potentially build up a little bit of momentum here. Oh, geez, just instantly block off that entry into mid. They knew.
Kyla, what are you doing? Lisa paints the wall with Kyla's blood. I'm sure they're feeling happy about that. And Bunny going to be looking over towards his A side, trying to find an entry with Paula. Paula, who's been rather lackluster each time we've cast her, unfortunately. We've kind of put her under the microscope, the pressure. Same with Lisa, but Lisa has lived up to it. Now they're going for this push. This scout comes through, delivers the damage, but not quite the kill. Andrea's there to meet head on. Try and get the kill through donut or, well, chamber position. Now the retake situation has to come through the MP9s, and the scouts can come through. I think Blender even has the 5-7 there from Ryan 7 saying, but Bunny with that Galil should be able to make quick work of them. It does lose a lot of HP, all the way down to 0 in the end. Flash comes out, defuse as well. Quite stick it, but they are able to take down 2 players. It's now going to be Olia, who hasn't got a good weapon for this. What are they doing? They fell apart. Absolutely destroyed. They had the guns for fantastic distance shooting up close, and then they had like the Mac 10 far away. What's going on?
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Saints. I mean, they spent a lot into that round as well, trying so hard. And to be fair, they deny a lot of that bonus. So at least, you know, they had that going for them. But into this round, because they spent up so heavily in the previous, they're back down onto pistols. It's not pretty by any means. And Valkyries, of course, yeah, they do have to reinvest a little bit, having lost quite a few of their players. But for the most part, they have the advantage.
Indeed. Well, we're going to be seeing Saints try to recover from this. Remember, they've only got 7 rounds. This is their map pick as well, Blender. They'll be making mincemeat of these players. They don't stand a chance. Mechanically, just Valkyrie on point. The aim has been so much sharper than that of their opponents of Saints. Just have to give them real big kudos on this.
I will say that was quite entertaining to watch.
Oh, yeah.
The bunny POV, just like rushing through the molly all the way around, getting in onto the side, bap, dead.
Yeah, let's go.
All right, go again. Yeah. Oh, okay. Paula picking the AWP on the T side. Again, I think she's only had 1 kill with the AWP the whole game. I don't know. We really sang her praises in like the first day of Impact, and she unfortunately didn't really perform to the expectation that we'd hoped for. And again, I feel like we put a lot of pressure on her, but I have questions about this buy.
Yeah, and I mean, I'd feel bad about it, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, she's on 7, you know.
Yeah, you just got to do better.
Yeah.
Just hit your shots, forehead, on that front. So it's Saints have been playing interestingly. they've not been playing on point, and that's an unfortunate situation. Galia has been playing fantastic. I'll give it that. We are going to be seeing execution come through, but unfortunately, it's going to be the execution of the T side as they're just going to be completely demolished, sent packing, sent home.
I'm kind of blown away by that round. I mean,
Yeah.
Saints had so much going into that. They brought out the AWP as well. And I suppose they're just a little too predictable. Valkyries very early in the round figure out that it's going to be an A hit, immediately reinforce the site, spray through the smoke. And they've got a little bit more cover to play with than players who are just chilling in a smoke. So fair enough, I guess. But Saints just kind of sit in the smoke and allow themselves to get peppered by all of those bullets, and they just get mowed down. Olio's only good for one.
Well, I mean, just looking at like I say KD, but the kills from the side of Valkyries versus Saints, they arguably have an extra 30 or had before the start of this series, an extra 30. That's a big amount, and far less deaths as well. Like 20 less deaths. They're both on the same series scoreline. So I mean, I guess this is kind of predictable, and we should have seen this coming. But Valkyrie are just proven how proficient they are, and how, you know what, they've shown how they've grown through the Impact League.
Yeah. I think that's one of my favorite things to see about this league. Just constantly seeing how these players improve. No way!
Love it. You wait for that reload sound, and you're like, "You're mine. Come here."
Good for one. Yoinks the rifle. Love to see it.
Oh man, the 20 bullet limitation on the M4, and not only that, obviously the reload sound just giving away it, and it's kind of just the death signal, as it were. We move on. That is an M4 in their hands, but is it going to be enough? They've got 2 flashes as well. They're going to be going out. Bunny's going to be the first one in, hopping on through, trying to find any kind of information. She's going to find it. The way of her death being the signal. Lisa does pick up the kill with that M4. Another one! Just swings out like a Formula 1 car. Oh yeah. The Eagle as well, coming in with Juan Diggs. Andrea, last player left alive, has been spotted. Quick reactions, able to turn away just in time. Going in for the fake flash, in towards his mid position. Has been spotted, does get the kill nonetheless. Looking to dissect them, try to cause as much damage to them as possible here. And she's going to be pushing on over. There is an AWP on the floor there. She decides to retreat and take that. That would be an understandable situation, but she's playing aggressive. Paula goes down. She wants this. She does not want it to go to 8 rounds on the board here. So going in for the defuse flash is going to be coming out as well, but Lisa picks it up anyway.
Lisa has been phenomenal on this map. Like, I am incredibly impressed with how well she's done. I think that she had a slightly quieter overpass, and you can say maybe that contributed a little bit to the rough scoreline. But overall on this one, she's just been outstanding. So it's really cool to see her having such a good display. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. And Valkyrie's getting closer and closer to finishing this out.
Yeah, having that 4-round deficit, Saints are going to be feeling the pressure. But they're doing better than they were on their own map pick. And they are proving that they have knowledge on this map. So I'm glad to see that. I mean, it was a little bit of a wild thing for us to see that they allowed this map to come through when it's been their insta-ban for so long, their perma-ban. But nonetheless, I think overpass was a big mistake. Lisa does go down. I think Galia really has been an interesting player today. Absolutely on the ball. Paula finally gets a second kill. The AWP makes it work for her. Bunny does fall for the opposition's AWP here. Paula can't quite get the peek out here. She has to go for the flash herself. Blender is going to be peeking in from the tunnels here. Misses the shot. Paula doesn't. She's going to be on a little bit more fire. This is exactly what Saints need. They need that extra little bit of firepower to enable this potential. But Ollie is about to lose her head if she's not careful. These players, they're coming through this tunnel. Gala's going to get taken down, but Pippi coming through. They didn't quite expect the second player to be in this position. Now Kyla is going to be here, ready and waiting. The Famus isn't enough. The firepower on it is just terrible. But Pippi, she has her own answer. It's going to be the M4. Spots out ahead and clips it. Her aim is on point. You can see she's happy with herself. And so she should.
We cut her off just before she could kiss the homies, I guess. I don't know. Love to see it.
Just the homies.
Honestly. Always kiss the homies. It's the good luck charm. It's how you win things. That's why Valkyries are doing so well. You know. Saints back down on a pistol. Dire Straits. And we just keep bringing it back, but Valkyries have just looked so good mechanically. I mean, sure, Lisa's having an outstanding game, but it's not enough for one player to be that standout performer.
Hey!
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, when you're going up against likes of Pippi and Go, it's going to be super difficult. That MP9 does actually deliver a lot of damage. Forces Bunny to reconsider where she was going to plant. They have got a couple of rifles here, but with Paula going down, that's going to open up a whole world of trouble, and it's going to be from Kyler. Unless the Deagle miss, it's going to be painful. That kill as well. Lisa goes down. Bunny's going to be in a 1v3, and they should have a number clocked in this front. Shot is missed from Blender. She can't even go for it, but Andrea closes her out. I think they were actually going for the knife kill. I think Kyler was going in for that stab.
Lisa and Bunny were actually two of the players that we'd kind of spoken about a little bit during our pregame. And a lot of that came down to, like, we needed to see a bit more consistency out of Lisa. But, you know, even if she can't be on that high level, then you've got players like Bunny who are able to back her up. And we're seeing quite a bit of that. You know, you take a look at map 1, and it was a bit of a struggle for Lisa just to, like, maintain... you know, some of that pressure, get some of those important kills. But even so, I mean, she was still up there comparatively. And now we come onto the second map, and she's doing incredibly well. So good to see that she is stepping up in the way we'd hoped. Oh boy, as I say that.
Oh, things you love, but unfortunately, not for the side of Saints. They're going to be completely demolished. And unless something crazy happens, we've currently got Cranny and Paula, two players who've been, you know, to be quite brutal about it, lackluster today. Not just on this map, but also on Overpass. They haven't really been the players they needed. Cranny was doing better, obviously, on Overpass. We saw her help the team secure a couple of rounds, but honestly, they only managed to cobble together 6 rounds altogether. They're only doing 2 rounds better than that on this one, which isn't their map pick. Last one was Blender getting that kill into Paula. That's got to hurt. Sting is going to be happening. Last 2 players in their economy is going to allow them to buy into the next round. It's going to be slightly limited. They get some damage out there, but it's not going to be enough. Still going to be at a 2v5. They've not managed to get a single kill. That grenade could land the damage enough to get Pippi. It does. Are they going to realize that Ali's in the cubby hole? They go in for the peak, get a little bit of damage, but not going to be able to get the kill. And now Cranny's going to be in a 1v4. Can't make it work. That's going to be the 15th and penultimate round on the board.
Gala has been so fun to watch. Not just because, like, she gets kills, but her utility usage, the way that she swings. Like, she's one of those players that I really look to when I think of, like, a strong player. Not just as a fragger, but also as like a supportive player as well. It's been really cool to see her doing so well.
Yeah.
Match point.
Easy peasy. Oh, yeah. Match point on this run. Lisa. Realizing, okay, thank God I did not go in for that peak. That would have been absolutely horrible. Grenade's going to be coming through. Cranny and Bunny going to be tagged slightly. Gali playing aggressive, giving free reign, and it's going to slap them down. I can't even hype that up because that should not have been allowed whatsoever.
I feel like Saints just kind of accepted their fate at that point. Hate to see it. Two players left alive. I mean... maybe. They are kind of stomping their way through there, so position is pretty much known. Ooh, the backing off. All right. Could be a little bit of a fake, starting to draw some of those Valkyrie rotations. Now they slow it down a little bit, make a little bit less noise. It's
too little too late, though. With only having 2 players, you can't do any real bait plays on this front. So I think this has kind of been called the fact that by the time you go for that rotate, it's been called. But unfortunately for them, Galley's like, I'm just going to hold this. We've got 4 players. There's 2 of them. They can go for the plant of A. We can easily take this. And they're just going to walk into the crosshairs, and Kylie's going to be doing what she does best. She wants to try and get 26 kills on the board, but denied. Oh, yeah. Last player left alive. Peeks on out. Is going to be confronted very soon. And there we go. Pippi going in for the kill. Can't quite make it work. 10 HP left. Is she the hero that Saints need, or is Blender? No. She's going to be the denial, and you can see the smiles on the faces there. You love to see it. Players happy to get that GG. Well played.